The Toyota Corolla was the second highest selling model in Australia in 2016. There are 40,330 more of these now on our roads. In fact, it was a Toyota HiLux that beat it, and it was close, the Ute less than 2,000 units ahead. But that was the 2016 model. This is the 2017 Toyota Corolla, and it's had a teeny tiny update. But is it enough to keep it selling at a rate of 775 a week? It's off to a good start, but it's early days yet. The Corolla's heels are being nipped at by the Hyundai i30 and the Mazda 3. Here's some fun facts. 2017 marks the 50th anniversary of the Corolla nameplate here in Australia, and it's been our best-selling passenger car 4 years in a row. The hatch range starts with the Ascent. Then there's the Ascent Sport, and both are available with either a 6-speed manual or 7-speed continuously variable transmission. From the outside, you wouldn't know the difference between this year and last year. Halogen headlights, body-coloured bumpers with silver accents, fog lights, though the front end does still remind me of that monobrowed Muppet. This sharper look was introduced on the 2015 model, and it still looks modern. This orange colour isn't available in the entry level. It's called Inferno. Premium paint costs $450. In the boot here, a full-size spare under the floor and 360 litres of cargo space. That's more than the Mazda 3, but less than the Hyundai i30. But it's a practical space and more than decent for the class. In the back here, there's not a lot of shape to the seats. The seat base is really quite flat and the material's not that nice to touch. But there's a lot of elbow room, a lot of shoulder room. Headroom's pretty good, although if I sit up straight, I can touch my head on the roof. But you feel like you're sitting high and you've got really good visibility in the back here. There's a fold-down armrest. Now, it looks like it's on a weird angle, but the cup holder bases are flat. No rear air vents, but you do get a 12-volt and a little storage nook, and good-sized water bottle holders and pockets in the doors. The Ascent Sport has these bucket-style seats that do tuck you in nicely. However, the fabric they're covered in is a little bit scratchy and not the nicest feeling. The steering wheel, finished nicely with the stitching along the inside. It's got controls for phone, volume, voice command, soft touch plastics along the top of the dash, and this gunmetal grey patterned finish. It's plastic, but it's a nice touch. It's got a 7-inch touchscreen with Toyota Link, which is an app-based connectivity system. It's quite sensitive to the touch, however, it's not the fastest reacting system I've ever seen. It does have satellite navigation, which isn't standard. You can option it for $1,000. It's got a reversing camera and cruise controller standard, but if you want a little bit of extra safety gear, you can get a pack that's got lane departure warning, forward collision warning, autonomous emergency braking and auto high beam. All of that for just $750. Well worth it for that price to help keep you a little safer on the road. The engine remains unchanged. It's got the same 1.8 litre 4-cylinder petrol engine that produces 103 kilowatts and 173 newton metres. The Corolla really is made for city living. The suspension damping is excellent and it absorbs bumps beautifully around town. It just sails along. At higher speeds as well, it feels really stable and solid on the road. The electrically assisted steering is really nice and light and it weights up well at higher speeds. It feels really agile on the road and it's quite a mature feeling car. It's no speed demon off the line, but it does have enough guts with plenty of power and torque available high in the rev range. It's got a 7-speed CVT, which is not too bad, although you will hear it off the line and at lower speeds. But once it gets going, it's actually really nice and quiet here in the cabin with not a lot of road noise, engine noise or wind noise. Now, being the Ascent Sport, as you would expect, it does have a sport mode button. Now, we've given it a bit of a try and to be honest, it doesn't really do much at all. You can hardly even tell that it's on. So does the Ascent Sport actually live up to the sport moniker? Well, it might look a little bit sporty, but it's definitely not going to knock your socks off. Fuel economies are claimed 6.1 litres per 100 kilometres, and so far we've seen well up into the 8s. Now, Toyota offer a 3-year 100,000 kilometre warranty with a cap price servicing plan, and servicing is due every 6 months or 10,000 kilometres. The Toyota Corolla is pretty much as bread and butter as you can get, but it's incredibly livable, it's simple, it does the job without complaint, and it's because of this that it will continue to sell strongly for a long time to come, maybe even another 50 years.